A UN investigation into the Myanmar military government's supply chain shows international sanctions have significantly reduced its ability to secure funds and procure weapons. But the UN says not all countries are doing enough, and the ruling military is still adept at evading scrutiny by the international banking system. The probe found that between the financial years of 2022 and 2023, purchases of weapons and military supplies decreased by a third, from $377 million to $253 million. And exports from Singapore dropped by 90% to $10 million after a UN report last year prompted the government here to clamp down on financial transactions linked to state-owned Myanmar banks. But military exports from Thailand, now those have doubled to $120 million, making Thailand the biggest source of Myanmar's military supplies purchased through the international banking system. The UN, though, found no evidence that the Thai government itself was complicit in these transfers. The Myanmar government has been adapting to sanctions on its state-owned banks. It had relied on Myanmar Foreign Trade Bank to purchase military supplies from abroad. But after the US sanctioned it and MICB last year, the government has shifted many functions to the unsanctioned Myanmar Economic Bank. MEB processed more than $1 billion in outgoing payments in the financial year 2023. The United Nations is asking countries to shut down MEB's international banking access and to take more coordinated action against all of Myanmar's state-owned banks. International institutions have told the UN that Myanmar has been using a variety of techniques to avoid transaction monitoring activities. Earlier we spoke to Tom Andrews. He's UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in Myanmar. He makes the case that sanctions on Myanmar's military government must still be stepped up.
One of my recommendations is that governments sanction these banks, particularly Myanmar Economic Bank, that all countries follow suit, so that's a coordinated effort of sanctioning, and that banks stop doing business, stop conducting transactions that involve any Myanmar state bank. As far as the impact on the economy, it's a very important point. And the state bank, Myanmar Economic Bank, that we're recommending be sanctioned, there's very little business being conducted by that bank with respect to individual citizens or businesses in Myanmar. They have options. Even those who do bank with MEB, they have options in the private sector. So the significant impact is going to be on the Myanmar junta and their ability to secure these weapons, not on Myanmar people in the Myanmar economy. And there's a range of materials that are being transferred into Myanmar. The dual-use technology includes, for example, communications equipment, data processing, computer equipment that we know is heading for the Defense Ministry of Myanmar. So it's going to be used, although it could be, and this is one of the factors that the banks have indicated to me, that the junta has become more and more sophisticated at hiding the purpose of these materials and where they're going. And so it's difficult for them as they try to conduct their due diligence. What's important is that we understand that any transaction that's going through a Myanmar state bank is more than likely going to be heading to the Ministry of Defense, and that more than likely is going to be used to attack civilians. To be sure that that does not happen, we're recommending that all of these transactions heading into MEB, Myanmar Economic Bank, or any state bank be stopped. Unlike some of the conflicts in the world that are very, very difficult and intractable, we have a real possibility in Myanmar to make a significant difference. The Myanmar military junta that is completely opposed by the vast majority of people. They are a brutal military dictatorship. They are weakening. There are signs of significant progress for those who support the resistance movement inside of the country, who support human rights. The significant momentum is in their hands. What they need is the support of the international community, not to send in weapons, but to stop weapons from being sent into Myanmar. So taking those basic steps under the conditions that we're now seeing in Myanmar, with the military junta on its heels, could make a very significant difference. And my argument to member states of the United Nations is this is the time to seize this important opportunity, because it really could make the difference for the people of Myanmar.